All right. So this is going live in the group. So when you get here, make sure you check in and say hi. And if you're here for the replay, make sure you say hashtag replay. And I'm just going to get started. We're getting started a little bit early. And I'm talking with Lucy. She's one of the members in the Spooning group, Connected Spoonies. And she has a business with Pinterest. She's a Pinterest manager. So if anyone has any questions about Pinterest, feel free to type those in and we'll get those going through the chat. So yeah, Lucy, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Hi, girls. I'm a spoonie myself. That's what I'm here. So I am Lucy. I am from Guadalajara, Mexico. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I'm a spoonie because I have fibromyalgia and I have chondromalacia in the knees. And I also have a reconstructed back. So lots of things, you know how it goes, right?
Yeah, they always add up.
Yes, always. But it doesn't stop us, right?
Right. We're strong.
Yeah, we're strong women. We keep going.
Yep.
So what I can tell you about myself is that I love cooking. I love crafts like knitting, crocheting, embroidering, paper crafts, all that kind of stuff. And my business is being a Pinterest manager because I love Pinterest. It's like my passion.
So how did you get started with Pinterest?
I started when it was by invitation only. It was really weird. I was a blogger back then, like more than 10 years ago. I had a blog, a Spanish blog, when it was bilingual in English and in Spanish. And it was for cooking, crafts, and family stuff. And I used it just as a platform for being a designer for stamps companies like American Crafts, for example.
So did you use it for a long time as just a personal Pinterest, or how did you get started doing being a Pinterest manager?
Yes, I use it as a personal and also as a platform for my blog. And I was so into it. It was like almost like a vice. I got addicted to it. My kids started calling me the Pinterest queen. Because it was relaxing for me. If I was, oh girl, this is gonna sound crazy, but even in the bathroom,
Yeah, of course.
I was and I'm not the phone person, right? But Pinterest got me like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. Oh, yeah. I need this recipe now.
Yeah,
that's how it started.
Yeah, Pinterest is fun when I use it. I have so many boards, and it's all personal stuff that I like. I've never really made it into anything for business. It's all like hairdos and hair colors and tattoos and things I like my bedroom to look like if I had $1 million, and all these fun things.
I have a tattoo one too. I love tattoos. I think it's a kind of art, and I would like to have some tattoos. Yeah.
So how have you, so tell us about your business aspect. Like, when did you start doing Pinterest management, and how did you start turning it into a business?
It began almost 2 years ago. Wow. the idea of becoming a Pinterest manager, because at the beginning it was only for users, right? But then I started reading and listening to summits and webinars and took some classes, and I started seeing the potential that it had. And because I was already in love with the platform, I decided it was a good fit. So I started like 6 different accounts and started trying some things like doing research, because I like to take a thing and try it in different ways. And then I tried everything that I started taking courses on, and then I started with beta clients. And I have worked in really different themes. Like I work for a shaman. I did his account. I work for a tantra specialist, which she's so cool. And you would think Pinterest is only for recipes and for crafts and home decor, do-it-yourself ideas, but you can do it for so much more because people are looking in there for something, and not always is the usual stuff. Sometimes it's different. So they have gotten very good results. And then I decided to do my website and to start, like charging money, etc.
So how did I guess, how do you find like those interesting accounts to follow in terms of like, if I were, like a shaman or a tantra, how do I know what to start following if I want to make it a business? Like how do I even decide what boards to have? Like, where do I even start?
What I ask my clients is, for example, if you're the shaman, okay? Let's pretend you're the shaman. I will ask you, like, what are the themes and the mission of your business? And then he tells me, okay, I am a healer. I practice some shaman rituals. I have some shaman retreats. I am into the Quero tribe from Peru. Things like that. Okay, interest. And I also do a lot of questions about the ideal client. Who is your ideal client? What is he looking for? Is he looking for a retreat? Is he looking for the sessions, like one-on-one, things like that? Okay, and then from that, we do like a list of possible themes, and then I do a research of SEO, which is the center of, if you wanted to have traffic from Pinterest, you have to do great research. It's based in SEO, like Google.
Okay.
After that's what many people miss about Pinterest. Pinterest is so great because it's not another social media. It's a search engine.
Yeah.
After Google and after YouTube, is the third most potent search engine in the world. And it's the most focused on sales. So it's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If ever I think of something that I want to see, I always search Pinterest before I search Google. Like if I have, or like something that has instructions, how do I get rid of ants in the kitchen? I always go to Pinterest first. Anything with instructions.
Me too, because I'm a visual person. And I think when we're visual or very creative, we prefer Pinterest because it's like curated.
Yeah.
The things that you found there are more interesting to you because you're a visual or a creative person. Google is more like for others, other research, like more in other areas. But if you want to find something about creative areas, you look for Pinterest.
Yeah.
And everybody from any ages are there.
Yeah. I love it. So we have a couple of questions here from, I think it was Brittany that posted it. Brittany asks, so she gets about 50,000 viewers on Pinterest a month, but only 1,500 engagements, and it results in no actual bookings from her website. She's a brand developer, and most of the things that she posts are mood boards, color palettes, and things that would lead to blogs showing the brands I designed. So how would she increase her engagements from just viewers to engagements on Pinterest?
Yeah, the first thing is to have a very, very optimized account. And it goes from the picture, for having a very clear and very good picture. And that you have very limited space for your description of what you do. But those words that you use in there have to be SEO optimized.
Oh, okay.
That's the first place. And also, I will recommend that in your description of yourself, what you do, your title is over here, and there is a small description. At the end of the description, try to fit in your landing page, to your freebie. Okay? That is going to bring more people to your site. I hope you already have your business account, because you can have a personal account, but you can also change the same account into a business account and claim your website. Because Pinterest sees you as a professional and trusts you more and sends you more people if you have claimed your website. And it's very easy to do. You can find the settings, edit settings, and then confirm or claim account. And then you're going to get a code. And you just have to Control-C, Control-V into your WordPress backend, if you have a WordPress, for example.
Right.
That's the first thing. And then you have to produce content, fresh content. Pinterest loves fresh content or evergreen content with new images. Do some pins that you're sharing, and everything has to have SEO in there, like your boards, the titles, the descriptions of your boards, the description of your pin. That's the base of the Pinterest management and strategies, right? Is to make good use of SEO everywhere. Even your picture that you're using in your pin, the name you put when you are saving the image, is great to have SEO words in there.
And if she did all that, what does she do next? How does she get more people to follow her call to action, or where should she put her call to action in her?
The first step will be to check what conversion she's already having from other sites before, because sometimes it's not people are arriving from Pinterest. It would be great if she has her analytics, Google Analytics, turned on on her website, so she can check how many people are arriving from which parts, right? And then see the conversion of her freebie, because if her freebie is converting really well, then she's producing content. She must be getting some people from Pinterest. It's like it happens, but you have to be very patient and very consistent with Pinterest. It's not only just producing your content, but when you want to have people coming to your way, you have to be pinning every day from others and from yourself. It's like you're being a curator, not just of your stuff, but other people as well. That's very important for Pinterest, and that's the way it works. And it starts growing and growing and growing. All the numbers, not just your page viewers, but your engagement, and then people get into your list. But the main thing is that your funnel or your lead landing page is working very well. Because if it's not working, it's not already proved that it works. You cannot know if you are having people from Pinterest entering there, right?
Right. So knowing that all your audience, or that a certain part of your audience is coming from Pinterest, is good to know, so that you know if it's actually working or not. So what if it's not working? So if it's not working, if I've tried all the things, how long is the long game? Like, when do I start worrying that it's not working and I need to do something different? Is it a month, a year, 6 months, 3 months?
No, for my clients, I have gotten results even from 1 month afterwards, creating their account. But they usually takes, like, for getting very good results, is from 3 to 6 months, because Pinterest is a building platform that grows like little by little, baby steps. But what it has in advantage from another platforms like Facebook and Instagram is that your content lives there forever, potentially, right? Forever. So people are repeating, people are saving, and sometimes your pin, if you're lucky, can go viral, and that is like hitting the lottery, right?
Yeah. So then I've been building and working on my Pinterest. I've got all my themes organized, and each theme is its own board, and I've started adding my pins and saving other people's pins to those boards. How many do you have an estimate? So how much should be my stuff, and how much should be curated from other people in general? Because all of my Pinterest boards I think I have like 4 pins in total. And I've got thousands of things pinned on my boards. But I've only made ever 4 pins on Pinterest. And those links aren't even good anymore. So I have to go and edit those. But how many, like, what percentage should be my pins versus their pins? And should I save my pins on my boards? Or should I have a separate?
Yes. You should pin your pins to several of your boards. Okay. I usually recommend having your best pins and start there. Put your pin there, and then put it in all the boards that are in sync with that pin. Not on every single one, but for example, if you're doing a pin of a recipe of a keto recipe, right? And you have keto recipes, vegan recipes, and things like that, you're only going to put it on your best pins and on the keto recipes. Okay? And it more or less like pinning 30% of your stuff and 70% of other people. But you have to try to look for people who are like influencers or that are coming out with very good quality content. So
and how do I find those?
You do your research, like the best bloggers in keto diet, for example, and then you start doing searching for the image that you like, the colors. If you want it to look pretty too, because I am very like Brooke. I love design too. So if it looks pretty, it calls more attention of people. So you can also like keep it in a theme or in a certain colors, and you can find those people and just pin from them. So you are curating the content, and the people that start following you are trusting you.
Okay, so it's all about building know, like, and trust.
Yes, as always.
Yes, always.
Everywhere. Yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about Pinterest? What do you automatically go for when you open up your Pinterest? What's the first thing you always search?
Oh my God, crochet patterns.
Crochet patterns.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a Pinterest or a blog post of your Pinterest, your created crochet item, and then someone else's crochet item that you based it off of? Like, is that like not before and after, because one is yours and one is theirs. But I've seen even TV shows start with like nailed it or failed it, and they talk about how they tried the recipe or the cake design and it was a huge fail, or they really did a great job.
Yeah, those are fun. I haven't done that because I haven't had the blog. My blog was in the Blogspot when a lot of time ago, more than 10 years ago. Blogspot is like death now.
Yeah.
Right? So my blog is gone. I have the account on Pinterest, which is really big with 69,000 followers. So it's not really small, it's really big.
Yeah.
It has more than 80 words. But I love it. It's one of my accounts. I have like 6 or 7 different accounts.
So do you recommend that happening? I know everyone can have a business and a personal, but do people have different, like for one business, how many Pinterest accounts should I have? Just one? Or
for one business, just one.
Okay.
Just one. Okay. And be very aware of what board you have, because maybe you have started a personal account and then you want to jump it into a business one. Then you have to curate your boards. And okay, I have, for example, Korean music. I love K-pop music. I'm a little bit crazy about it. Yeah, I love K-pop music, and I had it right, mm-hmm. But then I make it secret because it was not aligned to my brand.
Okay.
So you can keep some secret boards, and they are not going to affect you at all.
Okay. All right. So, what else would you love people to know about Pinterest? Anything else you want people to know about Pinterest that maybe they're new to Pinterest or maybe they've been around? What is so awesome that you have to share?
Oh my God. it's crazy. It's crazy. They are getting into virtual reality and intelligence, right?
Ooh.
So they're doing some really cool stuff for brands right now. They have a special lens that takes special pictures that some brands are able to do, like just click here. They have like a little small white dots. Maybe you have seen them, and you can just purchase directly from the app, from
Oh,
Pinterest app. You can purchase the stuff like directly. Some brands are doing that also already, and they are implementing lots of new stuff. For example, they have another app inside a Pinterest app that you can try colors of lipsticks on you.
ooh.
So they're doing lots of stuff, and they keep implementing. So I think this is just growing and growing and growing. Last year we had 240 million users daily. Now we have 320 and growing. And more men are getting into the platform as well.
All
More
right. So
teams. For example, we have finances.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
it's not just stay at home moms, which is great if you are one, but it's building a
Yeah.
business and another platform for people to connect with, which is great. Sorry,
Yes.
the dog is trying to knock over the plant. So yeah, for those of you who are just joining us now, we are live here with Lucy. She's a Pinterest manager. She's also a Spoonie entrepreneur. For those of you who are still new to the Spoonie term is anyone with a chronic illness, and it's basically just a collective grouping term. So like, like a flock of geese. We are a collection of people with chronic illness for Spoonies. So if there's anyone else here and they have questions or comments, or if you have anything that you want to ask Lucy, she's here to answer questions as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please ask away. Don't be shy.
So sort of as a follow-up to what Brittany said before, so she really wants to make sure that she gets more discovery calls and more bookings. So should she be using her URL or her link in her bio section for?
Yeah, that's what I recommend most of the time. But it should all have already been tested. That's very important. And there is a service I offer that is to audit your account, and then I can tell you more. For example, like which boards are doing well, which one maybe you have not done the SEO on them, and you can do this and you can do that. And also, there's lots of free information in the internet that you can look for. As if you like Pinterest, is very nice, and we as a Spoonies, I think is one of the best options out there, because it's not like it's not enslaving, like having you like work grind all day. It's not. It inspires you, because some other works get you so tired in the brain, and this one is so much creative that that's what I love it. The creative part.
Yeah, and it's not one-on-one chat back and forth necessarily. So
exactly,
it's set
just at the beginning, and then you do a report every month, and that's it basically.
Yeah. So
so that's
if I was someone who is someone with a chronic illness, and hey, I love Pinterest and I would love to try and offer it as a business option, to make some money for myself, what would you say to people who were thinking about doing that?
I think go for it, because Pinterest is growing. People are realizing the strength it has in not only producing organic traffic, but there is also paid ads, which are a lot cheaper than Facebook ads, and they live longer. It's like you just jump your pin into the top for 10 days more or less, and then they still are up when your money is down, because they live there, because lots of people save it already, lots of people are sharing it, and it gives more. It's like interest, right?
Yeah. So it's not just
with the difference with the Facebook.
Yeah. So it's not just, yes, Kat wants to go on the live.
Yeah, because in Facebook, you will reach a small percentage of the people you are looking for. And if you pay for 1 day or for 1 week, that's it. They're gone, right? Here, you can pay for 1 day or for 1 week, but it's less expensive and it lives and it can multiply your ROI. Sorry.
Very good. Very good.
Sorry, English is not my first language. Sorry.
No, I mean, if you guys don't know Lucy is a polyglot. She knows so many different languages. I'm surprised she hasn't mixed in some different ones already. She is the definite polyglot, which for those of you who are not the most verbose online are people who have many languages. So she is definitely a polyglot.
Not so much. I love languages, but I have not practiced some of them. So
I tried to learn. In university, I was doing classical studies, and basically you have the option to learn ancient Greek or learn Latin. And I've tried Latin and I've tried ancient Greek, and none of it is stuck. Maybe because I don't use it regularly, but I know basic declensions of nouns and verbs, and I couldn't put a sentence together, or I couldn't translate a sentence from like ancient stuff. So yeah,
maybe you can go the other way, because it's more difficult to learn the original languages like Greek and Latin. But you learn Spanish or French or Italian, for example, and then you go back and try to learn Latin. It will be easier for you.
Yeah, definitely. The dog is barking. If anyone hears the dog in the background, the dog is barking.
It's okay. Real life.
Yeah. So I don't have a whole lot of questions. I'm just sort of popping them in my brain as they hop in. So if anyone has any questions, pop in, say hi to Lucy and myself. And I don't know. Did you want me to link to your Pinterest account? Did you want to show people your Pinterest account? I didn't. I'm just thinking of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know yet how to share in this platform, but for example, I have one. It's called Dulces Creaciones, which means sweet creations, but in Spanish.
Okay.
You can look for that. That is one of the biggest one. I have one called Middle Life, Great Life. I have another called A Gourmet World, which has more like men following, because that is like top chefs of the world and top architecture. That is more men oriented.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can add it. Let me see. That's people. Let's see. Shares. Well, I don't know. I'll figure it out for the next time, maybe. Because I'm still new to this. Yeah.
Don't worry.
So
I can write in the chat. I can put there the name, the Dulces Creaciones, so they can
go ahead and post in the chat.
Okay.
And then people can. Oh no, Kat's hawking up a hairball right next to the computer.
Okay, there is the name. It means sweet creations. It was the name of my blog. Can you see it?
Let me see. I don't see it yet. Let me see. Let's see. I don't see it.
It told me new conversation, and then I click it. Then I put it and send it.
Okay.
It says has not been seen.
I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. I can add it later. And if you guys have any more questions, you can ask me later too. Like Debbie was asking about like ordering her boards. And it's very easy to do.
Yeah, that was Dawn ordering her boards by alphabetical order. So I have Pinterest, and I never write any comments or description about the pins that I save. I just save them. So should I start going back and typing up some sort of description that applies to me, like why I saved it, or should I just not bother? Just leave it as is?
No, don't bother with other people's pins. Just try to make sure they do not lead to a spam or to dangerous websites. Just make sure before you pin it that you have a good pin, a quality pin, right? But that you would do that with your your content.
Okay.
Your content has to have the. I put some hashtags, but first I put a description with the SEO words, and also, as I said, the picture. That when I design the pin, I design them on Canva or in Adobe Illustrator, and I save them with a SEO name. You use it all the way from the picture, the description, your words, the title. Sometimes we want to put like cute names or to show our personality, like, hey, badass recipes for things like that. But I don't recommend that because people will not search for badass recipes. They will search for chocolate chip cookies. So the more niche down you are with your pins, the better.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. We have Carrie's online. Carrie says hi. Brittany, I think I can walk away. Carrie, do you have any questions about Pinterest or running your big Pinterest business? Because I know you have an MLM company that you share and sell with. So do you have any recommendations for people who have MLM, like Tupperware or like the party kind of businesses like doTERRA?
It is very doable. It's very doable on Pinterest to have a strategy and to triumph there, because I know, for example, I sell a product. It's MLM. It's from Brazil. It's called Natura, and those are creams for like body creams and makeup, but it's all organic and eco-friendly. And they have had so much success on Pinterest that Pinterest featured them as one of their success stories in the world.
Wow.
Right now is the #1 account on Brazil. That one and One Up Cooking. Yeah. It's in Portuguese.
Yeah. So, so, I mean, I know when I was doing the essential oil stuff, I don't sell much anymore, but I have tons of different, like I have subtopics and I have boards and I have sub boards or sub groupings for different things. So should I be making more boards or should I be making more subtopics within a board? Like, which is better, do you think?
Pinterest has not been clear on this. They haven't told us if it affects the algorithm to have subcategories. But I am so organized, I'm so visual, that for me it's easier to have subcategories. For example, the knitting projects I have divided, like, for example, like shawls, sweaters, and hats, afghans, and that's for me because I have so many thousands of pins that it gets to a point that you have to organize. That's my opinion. But if you have a small account that you don't pin very much, it's okay to have it like more open, but try to make your boards more specific. Maybe instead of have desserts, have cakes, cold desserts like ice cream and panna cottas, things like that, and maybe cookies, for example.
Okay. Well, those are great tips. I'm running out of things and questions to ask. Did you want to say anything else? I'm going to finish this off at the end, but I don't know if it's the end yet. So, let's talk about a bit more about what you do, what you offer as a service. Let's do your pitch now. I mean, everyone needs to get on board with the Pinterest train, and let's see how you can help them with that. Let's get them and you connected. So what can you offer the audience in terms of what do you offer?
Yes, I can offer like an audit.
Right.
It could be like a one-on-one call. You can send me like your account, and I can go to that and save a Loom video with my strategies that I can suggest that you can implement. I can do your account from 0 to hero in 1 month. And I also do the maintenance because Pinterest is consistency and persistency. That's the key for Pinterest.
Yeah, consistency and persistency. Those are great words. Those are great. That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
So And the first way to get in contact with you would just be through your Facebook or Pinterest.
My Facebook page is I'm building my site, girls. Be patient, sorry, but you can deliver like a message on DM me, and I will respond as soon as possible. But my website, I'm also building it along with Jasmine herself. We're in a class together, and we are doing this. Yeah, but it's going to be cool.
Yep. Okay. So I put it in the chat. So there's the pinup queen I put up with your name tagged on the post, and then what's your Facebook page? Actually, so is it called
the pinup queen? The pinup queen. Yes.
The pinup queen. It's rolling. It's rolling. It's looking.
Yeah, I was going to call myself the Pinterest queen, as my kids used to call me, but Pinterest copyright do not allow you to do that. So that's why I changed it. Like I play with it.
Yeah. Okay, I think I got the link right. Let me know if it's wrong. Let's see. I'll click on it. Nope, page not found. Okay, I'll find the right link for it. Let me see.
Okay. This way. I have the picture that remember the pinup like this with the blue dress.
Yeah.
With the boobies. That one. Yes, that one is there.
Okay.
And it's there with capital letter T P and as in D pin up queen with the spaces.
Okay. All right.
Do you see it?
No?
I'm gonna let me look it up and send you the link. Okay.
Let me see. There we go. There we go.
You find
I found it.
Okay.
So let's do copy. Let's do this. We're going to go back to home and the chat. And then, oops, come on. Home. And then the chat for Spoonies. And I'm going to post. There we go. Edit. All right, I'm just going to put a link. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So if anyone has any more questions or anything, they're more than welcome to comment here or ask in the Facebook group. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot more to say. I don't have a lot more to ask. Is there anything that you think you need to include?
One tip for our girls that are spoonies as ourselves, just try. I've been trying this new approach of the energy. Because I have chronic fatigue too.
Yep.
Yay! Right. So I started with a Spanish girl. Sold me this small course on productivity for people, but she did, I think, something really genius. Like you divide your objectives or your goals for the day in just 3. You just get the 3, the main ones. And you use one high energy, one middle energy, and one low energy. And start the day, if you're, for example, if you're in the morning and you're energized in that moment, start with the high energy. If you're down, like a little bit depressed or something, let it go maybe for the evening or for the next day.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that is a good tip.
And yes, that's what I'm doing. And also what Petra says, right?
Yeah.
Try to divide a list of high energy things and low energy things. And depending on the day, you go do small things or big things.
Yeah. No, that is a great tip. I love that tip. Any tip to help everyone else out is great.
And also, do not forget yourselves, girls, because we are moms, or we are teachers, we are entrepreneurs, we are wives, we are girlfriends, we are everything, and then we forget about ourselves. and we're getting to this spiral, I think, downwards spiral.
Yeah.
So self-care is so important that I have been changing my habits lately, and that's been a huge help for me mentally, emotionally, and physically. So I recommend that for you girls.
Yeah. So self-care, splurge and fall down the rabbit hole of Pinterest. That's my self-care.
Yeah.
Pinterest rabbit hole. Those are fun. A couple hours later, I'm like, where did the time go?
If you like me, for example, if you like memes,
oh yes,
there are entire Pinterest accounts dedicated to memes. So you can spend a while.
That's dangerous to know.
And there are video pins now. So
oh yes, you can make video pins as well. So that's great.
You can do video pins.
Yeah,
they're small, short, but
yeah. You can use them if you have the Canva Pro account. You can do animation in Canva Pro.
You have the Canva Pro account. You can do your own video pins, and I love them because for me, I am a Harry Potter fan, so they look like the cards. They gave them on the train with the chocolate frogs. Remember? Dumbledore, and he was moving like that, right? They look like that when you see Pinterest, all the pins, then regular pins, and then you see a video pin, and it's like, oh, it's moving, and it's very cool.
Yeah, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lucy, for coming on and talking to us all about everything you know about Pinterest. And,
you're welcome.
And even I know we didn't even scratch the surface. But we're taking everything in small doses. So if anyone has any more questions, feel free to post them in the chat after the event or in the group. And if you're really stuck with Pinterest, give Lucy a shout out. She's great. She knows so much about Pinterest. She's been using it for herself. She's been using it for others. And she's got the tricks up her sleeve, even if she doesn't have sleeves on.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Jasmine, and thank you, girls, for being here. And don't be shy. Ask away.
Yeah,
I will be checking if you have questions later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. So I think we're just going to wrap it up. And if anyone wants to pop on later, feel free. And thank you so much. It's always lovely chatting to you. You're so gracious and so sweet.
Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. The same. I love you. You're very nice. You're sweetie. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Enjoy your Sunday.